screaming. They won it by 4 in the end.
American Anthem has taken off. American Anthem easily in the Woody Stevens.
Hi everybody and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by WinStar Farm. I'm Dan Illman along with Nicole Russo, and Saturday's Spa Baby race is the 5th at 5.5 furlongs. Let's take a look at the field of 2-year-old maiden special weights. This is a really nice group with strong pedigrees, and our sponsor WinStar represented by 3 2-year-olds by their stallions.
Yep, starting right off there with Bourbon Currency by Speightstown. This one was a $260,000 2-year-old purchase earlier this year. Breezed a solid furlong in 10 seconds flat at that sale, and a nice pedigree on the female side too.
Yeah, the dam was a stakes-winning dirt router, was also Grade 1 placed, so there is a lot of quality in this family. The sire Speightstown, a WinStar stallion, connects with 13% of 2-year-old first-time starters. And you mentioned the $260,000 auction price. This horse only sold for $70,000 as a short yearling, so he really impressed with his speed. I think Bourbon Currency has license to be fast from the rail.
Yeah, probably. And, you mentioned that dam Cash for Clunkers. She was a tough mare. Speightstown was just a gritty sort of runner himself. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this combination does on the track.
We have a positive formulator fact for his underrated trainer, John Kimmel. Past 4 years, 2-year-old first-time starters in maiden special weight dirt sprints, 21% and a positive return on investment, $3.30. Bourbon Currency might offer a little bit of value at 12-1 on the morning line. The number 2 is Easy Mosh. This is a grandson of WinStar stallion Tiz Now. This one by Tiz Way, a $40,000 weanling that was a $70,000 buyback in March after working in 10-1.
Yeah, and a lot of horses in this field are coming into their debuts here off some really impressive works. This one has been working really well down at Churchill before shipping up to New York for the Brad Cox barn, which is having a really good season. And picking up Javier Castellano coming into Saratoga, always one of the leading riders here, is definitely a plus for Easy Mosh on debut.
Yeah, the sire Tiz Way connects with 9% of 2-year-old first-time starters. The dam was a career debut winner sprinting on a synthetic surface, but there's a lot of class in this female family. November Snow, Morning Line, some nice horses.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of those horses a little bit later developing. So although Easy Mosh has shown some precocity working, I'm wondering if this one might, continue to develop through the summer and fall. But yeah, one of the class pedigrees in this field. You see Grade 1 winners, November Snow, Bounding, Morning Line, just a fantastic pedigree.
And the dam also a half-sister to a multiple stakes winner on dirt in Japan. The number 3 is Tap Daddy. This one's by Scat Daddy, and he's been touted a little bit.
Yeah, Tap Daddy, I know that the Asmussen barn is high on this one, a homebred for Winchell Thoroughbreds. The Asmussen barn always solid at Saratoga, always has a handful of juvenile winners here. The barn has won a dozen 2-year-old races already this year entering the Saratoga meet, so they're loaded for bear, and Tap Daddy is one of the ones that they do think most highly of. Turned in a sharp work at Churchill in late June before the barn shipped up to Saratoga, has been working steadily since shipping north. The last work there wasn't that fast, but that's very typical of Asmussen's work pattern. The bigger works are 2 or 3 weeks out from the race.
I like the mixture in this pedigree of speed and stamina. Scat Daddy does very, very well with 2-year-old first-time starters, winning at a 15% rate. The dam was a route winner at 2. She's already full total tap, a multiple stakes place runner going long. A nice balance in this pedigree for the number 3, Tap Daddy. The 4, Sporting Chance, is the only 2-year-old in the field with prior racing experience. He is a son of WinStar stallion Tiz Now, and he showed some speed in his debut. It was only a 4-horse field, but I thought it was a promising enough effort, and he should show gas once again.
Yeah, that was a really solid second, and he's bounced out of that again with a series of solid works. Another one in this field who shows a lot of promise on the work tab, including the last work on a sloppy track by Tiz Now, who throws big strapping horses. This is a $575,000 yearling, and he's got the pedigree on the bottom side too.
Yeah, the dam was Grade 1 placed. She was a stakes winner going long on the dirt, so Sporting Chance. Not too many knocks here for show good early speed. The number 5 is Get the Facts, and Get the Facts has got a really beautiful pedigree. His sire, well, his name speaks for itself. It's the great Tappet, but the dam was a pretty nice one as well, 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
Yeah, Delightful Mary, she was a Canadian champion. Her debut sprinting as a 2-year-old and then went on to run well longer in her, as you mentioned, 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, a stakes performer at 3, a stakes performer at 4, and she's from a great pedigree background as well.
Tappet connects with 13% of 2-year-old first-time starters. The dam Delightful Mary, also a half-sister, Delightful Kiss, who was a stout Grade 2 stakes winner on the dirt. And the Clocker Report, which is available on DRF.com, has some very nice things to say about Get the Facts. Supposedly, that most recent workout came with an older stablemate, a real hard hitter in Kygun. So perhaps Mark Cassie's got one here with the 5, Get the Facts.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we've talked about the Cassie barn is really starting to show up with some of these 2-year-olds really being given an opportunity with more of this type of early developing horse rather than later developing turf horses. So, I mean, Get the Facts certainly figures here.
The number 6 is Give Me a Minute, and he's by an extremely popular Louisiana bred, Star Guitar, who danced just about every dance in Louisiana throughout his career. He's hitting with 11% of his 2-year-old first-time starters. I look at this pedigree and I wonder if maybe distance will be this one's friend down the road.
Yeah, I certainly think so. Star Guitar, as you mentioned, so hard hitting, really just stuck around for years, did everything. The dam here, Grade 3, placed at 1 1/8 miles, and this one's pedigree to me really sort of spells, you know, distance, experience. Those are going to be this one's friends.
This one's a half-brother to a couple of multiple stakes-placed runners. Dallas Stewart does a good job. Usually his horses benefit from a race. I wonder if Joel Rosario will have Give Me a Minute at the back of the pack. He'll make a little bit of a late run, perhaps enough to get a minor award, and we can watch out for him later in the meet or perhaps when he returns to Kentucky. The number 7 is Mr. Discretionary, a $15,000 weanling purchase that sold up. $75,000 as a yearling. He's by Discreet Cat.
Yeah, and I definitely like when they sell up like that. The numbers don't have to be those staggering triple-digit figures for a horse to be an impressive yearling. You know, certainly that jump up from 15,000 to 75,000 suggests that the horse just continued to grow and develop and perhaps has continued that development now into his 2-year-old year.
Discreet Cat scores with 10% 2-year-old first-time starters. Mr. Discretionary is out of a dam that won 5 races, and she has already thrown a multiple stakes-placed runner named Interchange. The number 8 is Machismo. This is your morning line favorite at 5-2, and no surprise considering this pedigree, the connections, the big ticket. He's by WinStar Stallion More Than Ready. He sold for $500,000, and he's going out for Johnny V and Pletcher.
Yeah, just as you said, this one kind of ticks all the boxes for what you're looking for when you handicap these Saratoga 2-year-old races. Pletcher and Velasquez are nearly an unbeatable team in some of these races. He's by a prominent 2-year-old sire in WinStar's More Than Ready, top 20 juvenile sire. Although, you know, he does sire a lot of runners on turf as well. He's been an outstanding turf sire throughout his career. That's not saying they can't win on the main track. More Than Ready did all of his own running on dirt. And as we mentioned, that pedigree added up to a $500,000 price tag as a yearling.
A half-brother to a stakes-placed router named Poseidon's Way. The dam's kin to a couple of stakes winners. A Grade 3 placed runner on the turf. The Clocker Report seems very willing with Machismo, who figures to take a lot of money. So where are you going in here? Are you leaning towards the Asmussen Firster?
You know, I really do like that Asmussen Firster just because I believe that the barn has a high opinion of this one in a deep barn for them, in a deep category. But Machismo you could say the same about, and certainly I don't think you can overlook this Cassie horse, Get the Facts, given the work tab. So certainly those 3, it's kind of a simplistic solution, but I really can't look favorites here. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I wish I could get a little bit more clever. I think that Machismo is probably going to run. He's by that WinStar Stallion More Than Ready. He's owned by WinStar in partnership with China Horse Club. The workouts look good. Everything looks solid. I think that Mr. Lucas's horse, Sporting Chance, though, must be respected off of that career debut. I'd probably lean on 8-4 in multiple race wagers. And maybe a horse like the 6, Give Me a Minute, I'd use on the bottom of exotic wagers. Perhaps a late run to get 3rd or 4th. A really fun race for your Saturday Spa babies. It's race number 5, and we'll be back a little bit later this afternoon to talk about Sunday's feature. We'll move to the turf, weather permitting.